Thank
In other
you.
words, come talk to us earlier.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we do appreciate your staffers in D.C. that we have been in communication with for a while, and their willingness to work so hard on this. And sir, I want to assure you that you have a lot of young people now that I think are excited about how they can really step up in leadership and heed the things that you've been saying, and at the same time reconcile with that with the determination to see justice in places like Central Africa and elsewhere in the world where children are suffering, but to do that in such a way that we're looking at the future of grandchildren all over the world, because we recognize that we're a globalized world now, and it's, I think we're privileged with technology and whatnot to have lines blurred between whether you're an American or African, that these are precious children, and we want to seek a future.
I would recommend you all read some articles, and I'll try to get them to you. I'll have Jeremy get them to you. But there's a lot of studies that have been done on our foreign aid where effectively it's not being very effective.
Right, no, yeah.
Spending a lot of money, but we're not getting results, and it's kind of like creating dependency. And so, as you all, microcredits work wonderfully. We've got a new head of the USAID who came out of Bill Gates, where everything's going to have a metric on it. And so we follow up so that when we spend money, we get to see that the money actually accomplishes what we want it to, rather than throw money at the problem. And what happens is the graft and illegal things that take place in a lot of the foreign countries, the money's hidden and we never see where it went. So there's a lot of articles that you can read on how best to affect a change for children in a lot of these countries. It's kind of like malaria in children in Africa. When I first started looking at that, we were selling bed nets for $10 to people in Africa, and they only cost $1. And rather than, we should have been giving them to them, and we weren't doing indoor residual spraying. And now all of a sudden we're going to have 500,000 kids in Africa. They're going to live this year because the bed net program now is really working, and we're actually using residual spraying again to lessen malaria.
Well, if you ever need a spokesperson to help you with malaria, let me know, because I got it, like I told you, and it's not fun. And so I appreciate that for sure.
And sir, I want to assure you as well that the young people that have been lobbying for the passage of this bill are committed, and we recognize that this is the first step in a long process, and we'll be turning our attention to the Obama administration as well to ensure that this bill is implemented with excellence, including how that money is implemented on the ground in Uganda, that it's not done wastefully, but that it's done effectively, and that the best for the people in Uganda and in Central Africa is kept at the forefront.
Well, you need to be watching USAID. That's what I would tell you.
We're on it.
And if I can say one last thing from an Oklahoma point of view, I'm definitely going to set up a time through Courtney when you're back in Oklahoma, just to meet with you, and I want to show you the video of the documentary that's inspired us all to come here. But also by then, I'm going to show you the stories of what happened here in Oklahoma City, because I'll talk to you more later, but there's amazing, amazing things happened with relationships and stories in Oklahoma. I mean, very quickly, there's a guy who works at the deli downstairs of the Chase building in Elmer from Honduras. He came here 15 years ago, finally got his visa and citizenship, and there was a really long line at the deli, and they delivered these sandwiches to us, and we thought this deli was giving all these kids outside free sandwiches, and I find out a day later from the vice president of the Petroleum Club that Elmer, this guy from Honduras, personally bought all the sandwiches for us because he saw what we were doing, and it made him say, this is why I love America, this is why I came here and worked for 15 years to get citizenship, because I believe that people have a voice and can make change. And he told us, you guys are changing the world for my 3-year-old son. And when we talked to him about it, he said, you just changed the world, is what he was saying. And so, like I said, when you come back, I want to meet with you and just explain, even outside of Uganda, those of us passionate from all over the country getting together has made some amazing things happen that will have a ripple effect into tons of other issues. We've got people here from literally all over the country. And so,
yeah, I know, but talk to some of the California folks.
Yeah.
So anyhow, I appreciate what you've done. Thanks for working with us, and thanks for the way that you did it.
Absolutely. We'll be talking more.
Thank you so
All right, God
very
bless you.
much. God
You
bless
too.
you.
Take care.
Bye now. It feels like we're living in a movie. You know what? I think it's time. It's time for a hug of progress. Everyone get in the middle. Everyone get in the middle. Mark, get in the middle. Mark.
Oh, he's on the phone.
Oh. Okay.
Lisa.
Hold your phone.
Get in the middle.
That was so beautiful. Coburn's the best. He's so nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children all over the world, you guys are phenomenal. I can't wait to meet some of you, all of you, somewhere. Thank you for your support. We are changing the world. We just did it, and it's not over yet.